Okay, so what we're going to be doing is doing a side-by-side comparison between these two devices to kind of just talk about what's different between the two of them. And so the iPhone 5S we have on your left from AT&T.com, our good friends there, fastest download upload speeds, and the iPhone 5C next to it. Now, one of the main differences is the price. To be able to get into this phone, you can it's $100 lower for the 5C comparatively to the 5S. Now, one other thing is the 5S is available in 64 gigabytes. Currently, at this time of launch, well, the 64 gigabyte version for the 5C is not available. So very interesting that way. You've got color and finish. The color on the iPhone 5S is available in silver, space gray, and gold. Comparatively, the iPhone 5C has white, pink, yellow, green, and blue. Now, there's a little bit different in the weight and dimensions of both these devices. You're looking at 4.87 inches in height versus 4.9 inches in height on the iPhone 5C. On the iPhone 5S, you're looking at 2.31 inches in width as opposed to 2.33 inches width in the iPhone 5C. On the depth, you're looking at 0.30 inches in thickness on the iPhone 5S, and on the 5C, 0.35 inches in thickness, so a little bit thicker. How about them apples? Weight, you're looking at 3.95 ounces or 112 grams on the 5S, and on the 5C, you're looking at 4.65 ounces and 132 grams. Pretty big difference there. Kind of interesting how that works out. Now, the other big difference that's major is there's an A7 chip with 64-bit architecture and a M7 motion coprocessor in the 5S versus the standard A6 chip that is in the iPhone 5C. So, let's take a breakdown, some more differences here as we go. Now, one of the big differences between both these is the iPhone 5S also has fingerprint identity sensor, or what they call Touch ID, on it. So they've got that where the 5C does not. On the display, it's pretty much a perfectly exact similar display. Now, on the iSight camera that's in both these devices, the newer camera is in the iPhone 5S, and the camera that's in the 5C is a little bit updated, but not quite updated. So it's kind of similar to the original 5, but not. Some of the differences are between the two is the f-stop is a 2.2 aperture on the 5S versus a 2.4 aperture on the iPhone 5C. And what that means is there's a lot more light that comes in at 2.2 as opposed to the 2.4. Now, it's got a true tone flash, which is supposed to be an educated flash process that makes great flashes and is supposed to analyze the ability to flash properly, I guess, or the amount to use. And it has two flashes inside of it on the iPhone 5S. The iPhone 5C has got the same LED flash that comes with the iPhone 5. Some other different things that come with the iPhone 5S that are not on the C, auto image stabilization and burst mode. So I didn't even know that. That's interesting to find out in the sequences between both these devices, that there is some difference between them. So let's take a look at a few other things. The FaceTime cameras in the front are the same on both these devices. On the video recording that you have for both of them, it's the same. Now, with video recording, you have the True Tone Flash, which is the lamp in the back, where you do not have that on the 5C. On the 5S, you have slow-mo video, which you do not have on the 5C. That was very interesting to take a look at. You have improved video stabilization. I don't know what that means exactly, but evidently there's just video stabilization that's on the 5C, not improved video stabilization. Take that for what it's worth. Let's take a look at a few different other things. Video calling, pretty much everything is the same there. Audio calling, intelligent Siri is the same. Battery power is the same. All that sort of good stuff that goes into it. Headphones the same. Now, the only thing that's different in the sensors between the two is the iPhone 5S has got the fingerprint technology on them. So there you have it. It's pretty much the difference between both these devices and what they have on them. Is it worth it to pay $100 more for that? Those extra features? Well, it's up to you. I like both phones. I definitely, I kind of like the difference that the iPhone 5C has with its plastic back or polycarbonate, whatever you want to call it. It does feel kind of cool. It's kind of a different flavor or style of the iPhone 5. So I definitely like both phones. I've kind of enjoyed it. I almost wish with the 5C they would have put the same internal guts that they put in the 5S in, because I kind of like it. It's kind of a different feel of the iPhone, and it's kind of fun and playful a little bit, if you will. You can see here the differences in the flash that we're talking about with the True Tone flash. There's two flashes inside here, two lamps, etc. You've also got just one over here, and that's a big difference between the two devices in how they're built. You can also see, of course, how their buttons engage. They're much different in their setups and stuff like that. One are very nice, very sheen, etc., and the others are very interesting in the builds. Okay, so all in all, I like both phones. I think they're great. Decide which one works best for you. Go to our good friends at AT&T.com. That's AT&T.com. Thanks to them for sharing the phones with us. Tell them Chris Voss sent you. Chris Voss tested, Chris Voss approved. And order up the one that you want to take and do. AT&T, we love them. Fastest download, upload speeds. You can't beat it. Also, the great thing about AT&T is you can do data during your voice calls. You can do data, a lookup of stuff, etc., where you can't do that with Verizon. So you can choose which one works best for you. I like both phones, of course. And be sure to give us a like, subscribe to us on YouTube so you can get all the latest and greatest stuff that we take and cover on our channels. Thanks for coming by. Be sure to tell your friends about us. Get them to subscribe too.